this is just to update our SPs on what's happening here at Orient with Premier Alignment Consulting. So I will go ahead and present. I'm just excited about what we're doing, and I want to let you guys know as SPs that we've really separated out the message from the what's the word I want to use, Bob, from the education.
Well, we're making a bigger distinction between our model that we help companies implement and our consulting firm where we
Yeah,
implement.
so the model itself, we want everybody to be aware so that CEOs know that they have a choice. And so that is aspirational healthcare. That's what aspirational healthcare is, more of an educational piece, an ecosystem. Premier Alignment Consulting helps you put the easy button on bringing it into your business. And so by separating those two brands and making sure that they're very distinct and clear, we're able to advocate on the education piece as advocators, but then come in as consultants on the consultation piece and have it very clear and defined. So super excited about this new message, super excited about this new direction because it makes the introduction very easy for you guys. We did put up a temporary website as we are hyper-focused on getting more of our message clear on the consulting side. People that want to just know more about the model can always go to aspirational healthcare. So super excited that those are now going to be split so that on the SP side, we can help your CEOs and not give too many mixed signals and not have it be too complicated. So our goal was just to simplify this. So just so you know where our consultation division came from, Daryl Moon was our CEO was very big about letting CEOs know that there is a different way between purchasing healthcare and treating healthcare within your business. So we always started with the question of, why do you buy healthcare? And can you guys imagine what most CEOs would say? So most CEOs would say, because I have to, or because I want my employees to be healthy, because my competitors do. And so those were, but when we asked them, why would you want to purchase healthcare if you had a choice? They would say, well, I want to retain and keep top talent. I want to keep my workforce healthy and productive. And I want it to be I want it to be something that shows that as a CEO, I care about them and their families. And depending on the CEO, they might have other reasons why they purchase healthcare benefits, but for the most part, their heart was in the right place, but they just don't feel like they had a choice. So with not having a choice, what happened is when it came to healthcare benefits, there's two things in a company that CEOs do very well at. That's problem solving and being the visionary for the next steps. Is there any other things that you guys feel like the CEO is good at?
Is this independent of the size of the company, Tommy, or just generalizing? Help me understand what
Just
you do best.
generalizing, and this would be for bigger companies because any 20 more employees, 50 more employees, because under 20 employees, they're they're wearing multiple hats besides those two hats, right?
Yeah, so you're really talking middle market because Fortune 500 companies, it's very different. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, middle market. Or
Okay.
yep, yep. And so if they're a really good leader, they usually are a really good leader at problem solving the problems that their teams can't address and being a visionary. And most leaders separate between, can I solve that problem, or is that just something that we have to purchase? So in other words, if it's something like office supplies, they're usually not going to take care of it themselves. They would usually have a secretary or a office admin because that's just a purchase. There's nothing I can do to strategize that. But
Yeah. So just to interject here, um, in middle market, CEOs, the primary focus of them is growing revenue and sales. So
yep.
meeting with customers, growth at all cost. So they don't pay attention to cost for that reason. They're not very visionary at that stage. And this is just my experience of 20 years, 30 years. I didn't want to say 30, but it is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to correct you. I'm trying to help you.
No, 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 no. That's great. I love it. I'm talking about the lower to mid market. When we get to higher markets, then there's different decision makers that you would be talking to. So in your experience, would you agree if we're talking about 50 to a couple hundred, or are they still getting into that higher level
So
leadership?
so you're talking 50 to 100 employees.
50 to about 1,000 employees, correct?
Okay, yeah. Their primary focus is grow revenue.
Yeah,
They
grow revenue.
they don't have the time to hire a chief revenue officer or a SVP of sales. They're doing it. They probably have somebody running day-to-day operations, and quite frankly, that could be an office manager at that stage. It just depends on the company, where they're located, whether they started it out of their garage or they actually invested in renting an office space somewhere.
Yeah, some of them have fractional COOs or full-time COOs, but for the most part, they're hyper focused on revenue growth and strategizing for the future on things that they feel like they have control over. So when it comes to purchases or purchasing decisions, they usually delegate that off. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was
Mhm.
my point is 99% of their mind share is on growing revenue.
Yep.
It's not on how much are we spending, what are we paying for this or that. It's not.
hmm
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And the main reason why is because if I've got to go out and get bids and I've just got to pick the hardest bid, I can delegate that off. I can give that to another person. But if I've got to be in an important meeting and shake hands with another CEO to close a deal or to get revenue done, then that is worth my time. With our experience in talking to thousands of CEOs through the Vistage group and being the number one speaker of healthcare, this is how they also treat healthcare benefits. It's a purchase, it's not a strategy, it's not a problem to solve, and I can easily delegate it off. Unfortunately, they just don't know that actually it can be a strategy that contributes to your bottom line. That actually, there's two ways to grow revenue in a company, and one is to save on expenses, and the other one is to bring revenue in. And so, with healthcare, used to be their top 10 costs, it's now within the top three costs. When you can save anywhere from 10 to 30% on healthcare, that literally could cover a couple of employee salaries or grow or open up more revenue to marketing that can contribute to the sales. This is what CEOs get very interested in when it comes to premier alignment consulting. And the majority of them that we talk to don't even know there can be a strategy. They don't even know that there is an option other than just getting bids. So with that said, I just wanted to kind of, I love your comments, Tony. So do you have any further comments on that? I appreciate your engagement.
Oh, no. I just wanted to make sure that I understood sort of the size of the company you're referring to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I you're really talking in my world, it's lower middle market. They might have revenue below 20 million. Whereas middle market is anywhere from 150 million on up to maybe 3-4 billion. It's a pretty broad revenue base, and there's a lot of companies in that, and those people are really those CEOs. It's all about growth. Once they hit a couple 100 million, they're hiring a COO, they're hiring a CFO. They might not yet get to a director of purchasing or whatever, but eventually they get there, right? Where somebody's minding the expense side of the house. And I've seen it where, it's literally the office manager. She's buying office supplies. She's buying whatever they need on a day-to-day basis to run the office.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And on those bigger companies that you're talking about, the message that we're going to give today, they are probably already implementing, and we can help even those businesses. But the difference is one, we're dealing with higher costs. So these percentages still make an impact, but instead of 30 to 60% savings, we're looking at more like a 3 to 10% savings. And so just so that you're aware, this is one of the reasons why we are onboarding some of the largest jumbo companies. This year, we've already onboarded Prudential, we've onboarded Ernst & Young, we've onboarded Lindy. But in that case, this message is not speaking to them. In that case, yes, we can still take on those clients. It may not be the CEO that has that decision to make, or the CEO that we need to talk to, but it's a smaller percentage, but still a huge impact. When you're talking about millions of dollars going to healthcare costs, and we can shave 3 to 5% off of that, that's still $1 million that can be saved in those jumbo companies or those larger companies that you're talking about. But for this message, we're talking about, for this particular training, we're going to be talking about employees between 50 and 1,000, because those are the employers that nobody is helping right now. The employers that are between 50 to 1,000, they don't know about most of the innovative ways that you can change your healthcare benefits to work for you. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm just going to share my screen really quick. Oh, it won't let me unless I'm a host, Bob.
I'll help you with that.
Awesome. Tony, you look like you're out of Florida. You got like a nice tan going on in your picture. Are you out of Florida?
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay, well.
It's Florida without the ocean.
Plenty of sun there.
Yeah, plenty of sun there. I love it.
Finally get under 100, huh?
Yep, I can share it now.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys do get plenty of sun there. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see my screen. So
Yep.
this will be our new logo. We're super excited about this. So we're headed down a consulting path with the logo to match. The agenda that we're going to be talking about today is just some meeting changes, the message, and the ideal client and the services that we offer, thoughts, and what we can do for you. So just a quick meeting change. We were trying to do these meetings once a month, have a training and then open discussion. We want to make this a really super simple message. And so we're going to go to a once a week meeting on Fridays at 2 p.m. That does not say Friday, but it is Friday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. For this training, we're going to just do 5 minutes to update you on things that are happening with our jumbo companies and things that are happening with our smaller companies and the changes that we're making in the marketplace. And then we'll go into Q&A. If nobody shows up, then it will be Bob and I talking about the updates. and then doing some Q&As that we've received over the week. Other than that, we'll have a recording. We'll get it sent out to you guys. But that is the way we're going to change the meeting cadence so that you guys can feel like you're supported with your questions and answers as soon as possible. Our message is we advise CEOs on how to align the healthcare to work for them. The easy button on self-insured is what we're talking about when we talk about the super build. So a lot of times when we talk about how we can come in and help align the healthcare to work for you, people worry about, well, wait, are you a provider? Are you are you guys going to get rid of my insurance? The best way to think about it is with the super bill, which, by the way, Tony, is what most of these jumbo companies are adopting. We can literally take companies from 50 employees to 1,000 and put them on some similar self-insured plan that the jumbo companies take advantage of every single day, with just a really easy implement system that's called the super bill. The super bill has brought the marketplace all in under one umbrella. It's a new TPA that makes it super easy for people to go in and adopt what they would like to see in their company, and instead of having it all piecemealed out. One of the main reasons why small companies do not do self-insured or do not strategize their healthcare benefits is because of all the hats you were just saying just before this conversation, Tony, that they wear, and it's just too much for them. So with our consulting, we can come in, we can help get them started, we can help get it all set up, and now it's on one easy to use platform where they can just go in and pay one bill. They can manage it all in one place, and that has never been done before. This is a very unique software that we have worked with the National Coalition to get it done. And we've already started implementing it with some of our jumbo companies, and it's been working really well. So
is Premier the company you're working with, a partner?
So Premier is a division of Oriant.
Okay.
So it's an in-house division. It's not a partner that we're working with. It's just it's a brand. We are a house of different brands, and it's just one of our brands.
Okay.
Awesome. So for this message, once again, Tony, I know you're working with larger clients. You're going to love the next slide for your larger clients, because a lot of your larger clients are already doing a lot of what our consulting would come in and help smaller clients get set up on. So with our larger clients, it's a matter of optimizing their self-insured and what they're doing to get the most benefits out of being able to manage it and have their employees be more preventative instead of post. So for this concept, to help companies become more self-insured, our ideals are CEOs or CFOs that are the decision makers and that are hyper-focused on the bottom line and growing revenue. It is between 50 to 1,000 employees. And a lot of our clients that grasp this very well are service-based companies where the margins are super tight. And so they really care about every single dollar, because we can usually come in and make a huge impact. For one example, we ran into a company that had 82 employees, and their annual premium for 2023 was about $950K, with an additional $50K that employees were paying out of pocket. When we were able to implement our full services, we were able to come back with an average of $7,000 per employee per year. This was a $5,000 savings per employee per year. Overall, $410,000. So imagine what a CEO of this size, 82 employees, could do with 410,000. They're able to add it back into their marketing, back into their growth plan, able to hire the right consultant maybe, and just move their company forward. And this is what gets us excited. This is what gets CEOs excited in this realm. Tony had mentioned some larger jumbo companies. The percentages usually aren't this big. They're usually already around $8,000 to $9,000 per employee per year. They're already hyper focused on getting it lower than the national average, but we can still make an impact at 3 or 5%, which on millions of dollars, that can still be $1 million savings. So I hope that helps explain an example or a case study that we just recently did. Yeah. Okay. Our other services. So a lot of people say, well, besides the consulting, how do you guys make money? So our other services are, and on these jumbo companies, Tony, this is where we can come in and add a lot of success. So we offer success coaching where we'll come in and we'll do coaching on every employee to help them reach their aspirations in life. And we call them success coach instead of health coach because we actually focus on mental, physical, career, what is bugging them right now and holding them back, because whatever holding them back is also holding their health back. Then we have a care coordinator. One of the main things that we put in place is a advanced primary care or direct primary care. Direct primary care is one of the driving forces for aspirational healthcare because it, on a subscription base, your employees can go see the doctor as much as they want, and the majority of their prescriptions are covered 100%. So instead of worrying about, okay, do I have the money to go see the doctor? They start to build that relationship with the doctor. So now they have a relationship with their doctor that can help them be more on the preventative rather than on, let's take care of you once you're sick. And then a care navigator. This is our white glove service. So Tony, for you, on a lot of your larger clients, a lot of their HR departments are loving this piece. It's a white glove concierge that the employee calls, and the concierge looks up the whole benefit and literally guides them through, okay, here's the benefits you have. Here's what you can take advantage of. Here's what you need to do first. Here's what you need to do second. Do you want me to help you get a hold of them? It is literally your personal concierge to making sure that your employees are taking full advantage of your healthcare benefits, because a lot of times they'll go into the HR department and they'll see that they're busy and they'll say, oh, I'll talk to them tomorrow. I'll talk to them tomorrow. And a lot of times their questions are as simple as, do I have eye insurance? Or do I have can I go do physical therapy? Or I just have a pain, what is my deductible? This care navigation takes all that pressure off the HR person and gives them a live operator that can help guide them and sit on the phone for them as long as they need to. So these are the other 3 ways that we make money. These are in-house. We've been a coaching and consulting company for over 20 years. So all of these are in-house employees. This is not contracted out. These are Orion employees that do these services up here. And then, yeah, I wanted to be respectful of our time. So I went through that quite fast. But Tony and I had some great conversations. And so I hope that helps. So I'd love your guys' thoughts and feedback on this. And yeah, because I wanted to be respectful of the 30 minutes. So any thoughts on what I just presented on, and any questions? Awesome. So just to recap, um, we are a consulting service that will help you get self-insured if you're between 50 and 1,000 employees. If you're above 1,000 employees, we are a consulting service that can come in and see how else we can optimize you. On 1,000 or more employees, we actually do a per performance based contract. And so we only charge on the money that we find. And that is all I have, Bob.
All right, thank you, Tommy. So very good. So this is our last monthly meeting.
Mhm.
And so next week we'll start on Fridays at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going forward for a short Q&A, like you said. So we'll look forward
Thank
to
you.
it. I'll send the recording of this meeting out to everybody. And then we'll do the same with our Q&As each week as well.
Wonderful. And I think it would be beneficial if Tony actually got together with Daryl so that Tony and Daryl could start talk high level because Tony, if you're dealing with those mid to higher markets, it's a different approach that we take on the consulting end. So would love for you and Daryl to get together and talk high level on that to make sure that we are actually providing the best assets for your network if you're willing to do that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I'll be glad to help get that set up for you, Tony. So, alrighty. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a fantastic afternoon, and we'll look forward to talking to you all soon.
Yep. Talk to you soon. Bye.